Tell me a little bit about your book and what you are excited about around gratitude so I can then ask you the right questions.
Yeah, so all of my books have always had an element of gratitude. And over the years, I realized that gratitude is not just writing out a list. Gratitude is really savoring it and allowing it not just to change your mindset, but to actually heal and regulate your nervous system.
Yeah.
It's such a somatic experience, and I'm getting chills talking about it. I really want to change the game around gratitude because a lot of people think it's pretending or that you're in denial, but actually you're regulating your nervous system. And it's almost the foundation for healing and achievement.
Yes.
You know, because you can reframe your past. You can, in the moment, feel grateful for whatever you're going through, but then you can also think about your future and live from that place every day. And so there's like an identity shift that happens in so many ways. So I get really excited about it. So this book particularly is a 3-minute daily practice. So they do write out what they're grateful for, but then they have a somatic experience. They pick one of those items.
Yeah.
They close their eyes. They take a deep breath. They feel their body. They savor it. They think about it. They visualize it. And I've done so many gratitude challenges and like master classes where people are like, they're stressed, they're nervous, they're anxious before. And in 3 minutes, they're like, wow, hope, possibility in 3 minutes. And so it's so easy for people to do.
Chain.
And then when they feel it, they're like, oh, gratitude isn't pretending. It's not just writing something out and wishing that I felt grateful for it.
Yeah.
So I always like to just try to do it in a small, actionable way for people. And 3 minutes is like good for anybody, right?
That's amazing. Yeah.
So there's like a little bit of an intro, and then there's a 90-day journey.
Okay.
They show up every single day.
And it's a habit that they create.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, they each day they either reframe their past using gratitude. I am so grateful now that, and then they finish the sentence, or they script their future and they think about something they want. So every other day they're like using gratitude to heal and then also create. So I feel like that combination allows you to like become your best, you know?
So you use gratitude as a form of manifestation.
You know, I play around with that word and if I love that word or not, you know, because my life design is a manifesting generator.
Okay.
So yes, but I do feel like when we think about what we want, then our choices every day are going to change, right?
Yeah.
And so there's so much science behind manifesting that I feel like it's deeper than that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? We're literally like co-creating with God, I think. So.
Do you believe in toxic positivity?
That's such a good question. You know, I feel like some people can embody toxic positivity when they ignore their emotions. And so I have seen that where they're just, you know, rose-colored glasses. And I've also experienced it myself when I'm just trying to see the best, but it's not actually real. I'm covering up emotions. And so what I actually teach my community is more authentic positivity, right? Where, yes, I'm feeling this feeling and I'm going to let it come up, but it's a visitor and it's going to pass, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to wreck my whole day. And I think nervous system capacity has a lot to do with that. And when I talk about expanding your comfort zone, it's like expand your comfort zone in a way that you can feel big feelings, right? But you can also then in 15 minutes, you know, move on from that and be able to regulate, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's a healthy daily way of being truly positive versus just trying to see everything in the best light. And then actually you're holding on, right, to so many negative emotions and they build up over time.
So your attachment to making it positive and making it good is almost keeping the negative there instead of,
it's so true.
like working through it and acknowledging that that's a part of it. And true positivity, what you're saying is acknowledging it, sitting with it, and focusing on what you can control.
Yeah,
right?
That's so well said. Yeah. And I do feel like it gives you emotional sovereignty and this actual inner peace, because we're all wanting peace, right? But how are we getting peace? We're trying to control things on the outside. And this is a great way of actually controlling what we can control, like you're saying, because you notice the feeling. We're human beings. We're not robots. We're not AI, right? We have feelings.
Yeah.
So how can we stay positive and process that and achieve? I mean, that's always where my mind is going. And so that's what I teach my community. Like, yeah, let's feel this. Let's talk about it. Let's journal about it. But let's move from it, because it doesn't need to just kind of sit there and hold space, because it's just a visitor, right?
I had a friend the other day that came up to me and told me how much this show means to him right now, how much value he's getting out of it, how much he's learning, and he wanted to show me his favorite episode of the show. So he pulls out his phone and he pulls up YouTube, and when he gets to my account, he wasn't subscribed. Now, he thought it was so embarrassing. I kind of found it hilarious, but it prompted me to look at the statistics, and I found out that 62% of you are not subscribed to the channel. Now, that's all right. I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but if you get value out of the content that me and my team are putting out there for you, if you feel like this is improving your life and the Grateful Podcast is having an impact on you and you want it to keep getting better, then the one simple free thing that you can do for me and my team is hit that subscribe button. It shows the world that we have value to give, and it helps us continue to show up better each and every week, bringing on better guests, increasing the production quality, and putting out more content for you guys to continue to show up better in the world for tomorrow. So if you feel like this has any value for you, I would encourage you just to hit that button. And I really, really appreciate the impact that we're having on the world together. You're a part of this journey. And that's one of the coolest things. You have made an impact by being here, by sharing the knowledge and the wisdom that you gain, and by applying it into the world and creating a ripple effect. So thank you. Now let's get into the episode. So with your gratitude practice, is that something that you teach and you personally do forever, every day, forever? Or is it something that becomes a subconscious habit that you don't necessarily have to take action toward? It just becomes a part of who you are.
That's such a great question, because it does become who you are. I made this journal, and I've done this in my community too. That's why it's like, wow, I know this is going to change so many lives, because what happens is when you start doing the practice every single day, showing up, understanding the consistency and the habit, you just start naturally doing it.
Yeah.
So you start to write 3 things out that you're grateful for. Then you take one of those things and you truly take 60 seconds. I call it 60 seconds of savoring. And you just feel that. You feel truly grateful for that. And then you use the last minute is either gratitude reframing or gratitude scripting. And what I found in my community is that they're just automatically doing this when they're going through a hard time, or when they're having success and they're actually celebrating their win with gratitude, right?
Yes.
Because we often don't do that as well.
Yeah. I love what you said about hard times and gratitude. It's so easy to say, oh, I'm grateful that the sun's shining. Oh, I'm grateful for my nice house and my nice family. But the hard thing and the meaningful thing often comes by being grateful for the hard time, the tough thing that you went through. Have you had that in your life?
Yeah. Wow. So many times. And I think that's probably why I'm so passionate about gratitude, because it not only helped me at rock bottom when I was totally depressed, isolated in my room, black curtains, in bed for 2 weeks straight. And I had a ton of negative rumination. And in that moment, I thought this was God, right? But hey, you have a bed. You should be grateful for your bed. You have food in the fridge, right? There are people who care. And so that's a grateful perspective in a really dark time. So I've experienced that, which was life-changing. But even recently, Asheville went through Hurricane Helene. It totally devastated the area. Even for me, we had mudslides on our roads next to my house. We had trees on our house. And gratitude during that whole experience is what helped. But also after, because that was very traumatizing. And it helped me to actually see, hey, I'm still here. There's still so much good. There's so much that wasn't destroyed. the community came together.
Mm.
And that was the most beautiful thing as well, because it was like, look what people can do and look how we can rebuild. And so I think that gratitude is great during your hardest times, in the day-to-day moments, just to be present with life. But then also, like we said, creating your future and embodying that new identity and what you're grateful for that's coming.
Yeah. I call that the duality of gratitude and ambition.
Ooh, the duality of gratitude. Tell me about that.
So it's the idea that you can have what you want right now and be extremely grateful for what you have in the present moment while still having big, ambitious goals for the future.
Yes.
It's the reason I started the podcast, because I realized that forever I was setting my self-identity and my self-worth by the external achievements of my life. And I was going to have to find my identity, my self-worth inside of me, in my own internal belief system and who I am, before I could chase that out here. And I realized I was never going to stop setting the goalposts further. So I need to be both grateful and ambitious. And that was my TEDx
You're so
talk.
wise, Jack. That's amazing, because to have that realization so early, it's going to be life-changing for your future. Because it takes sometimes decades for people to feel that and understand that.
Yeah.
So I love what you called it. You said the duality of gratitude?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I have no idea how long 15 minutes is. So I want to ask you a few more questions, because our next guest is not here yet. And but I'm just so grateful that we get to meet talking about gratitude.
And they were recording, right? Yeah.
So no, they're recording the entire time. We're good.
Cool.
Hi, Paige. So I just love this environment, and I'm so glad that we get to meet.
Yeah.
Our mutual friend David said that.
And Nick, right? Yeah.
And Nick, yeah. But all right, David says the idea that you every morning have things to wake up and be grateful for. No matter who you are, you wake up, you get out of bed, and you're breathing. Those are 3 things instantly you can be grateful for.
Yeah.
How in your life have you been able to hold the gratitude for what you have right now while still pursuing your huge goals forward?
That's such a great question. And I just think it's being grateful, just allowing it to be who you are. So when I make a cup of coffee in the morning, I'm being present. I'm looking at the foam. I'm enjoying. I'm feeling the warmth of the cup. I'm taking a sip and truly savoring how it feels going down. I think gratitude is such a present moment thing. And when you are present, that's when you're available to opportunities for the future, right?
Yeah.
It's actually when you're dysregulated and you're rushing that you're going to see obstacles instead of opportunities. You're not going to actually see open doors, right?
Yeah.
And so I feel like it is this very simultaneous thing that's happening when we just are someone who lives with gratitude, operates from gratitude. Yeah.
Amazing. I love what you said about being and how present it can make you.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's the thing. With the duality, a lot of people that are always focused on achievement, they actually end up like ignoring the one thing they're ever truly guaranteed, which is the present moment. And gratitude can ground you right here, right now.
It's so true. It can ground you. I love that.
Yeah. Amazing. Kristen, it's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too.
Thank you for coming on the Grateful Podcast. Where can the audience find you? The BookThinkers audience, the Grateful Podcast audience?
Yeah, absolutely. I am everywhere online, Positive Kristen. So social media, my website, and my book is out September 29th.
Amazing. Well, maybe we'll get you on like full time for a full one to promote that book.
Yeah, maybe 3-minute gratitude journal. So I'm really excited about this. I want to like change the game for gratitude. It's so overlooked.
It's a great goal. Thank you. Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take.
You're great at this.
Thank you.
Good job.
We did it. We made it to the end of the episode. Thank you so much, and thank yourself for showing up and committing to yourself to better yourself and your life for you and the people around you tomorrow. It's really impressive. I know with the attention spans that we have today, showing up for an hour or however long today's episode was is really impressive. So thank you. I have one ask for you. Before we move on from our days together, who did you think of today while you were listening, while you were watching? Who popped into your head during the best moment of today's episode? Whoever it is, you can send a time-stamped version of this episode with that certain moment that made you think of them to that person. And when you do that, they're going to feel so seen by you. They're going to feel so loved by you. I know it can be a little weird, but you can just say, hey, this made me think of you. And when you do that, you create a ripple in the world. You serve. You make this world a better place. So I encourage you, if you had someone that popped up today that you think of with this episode, who you think this could help better their lives and the lives of the people around them, then please send this over to them. Create a ripple. Make an impact. That's how we change the world. One person at a time. That's my goal. I want to change your life. I want you to go and change others. That's how a legacy is built. So I thank you for showing up today for yourself and the people around you to make this world a better place. Don't forget that no matter what you're going after, what gap you have between where you are and where you want to be, no matter how big it is and no matter how much anxiety that might create for you or how much excitement that creates for you, there's a present moment. Stay here. Be grounded. Be grateful for all the things and the people you have around you as you continue to go and serve the world and make this world better. I'm proud of you, and I'll see you next week. Stay grateful. Stay hungry. This has been the Grateful Podcast. Thank you.